Welcome to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus and this is episode 25 of our Let's Play campaign. I thought we might start back here at our home base because, well, we have a few things to take care of here. Also, we've been out and about for a while, so it might be good just to come home for a while and just check out how things are working here at home. The answer is not well. For example, we have run out of pretty much everything, such as, oh, well, almost run out. Isn't it funny, like, not a single one can hit this. Just don't look at it. Don't look at it, alright? Just don't look at it. It'll fix itself if you just look the other way. Alright, so what we're going to do today, we are going to start on one of our mega projects. And the mega projects, they are revolving around doing 30 science of each type per minute. And in order for us to do that, then, well, what we're going to do is... looks like we are working on this one. I have disabled this. We are going to make sure that we simply get all the old red science here out of the way. So that's a good place to start. Now we do not have red science at all anymore being crafted at this location. Great. So also here. And so what we want to do is we want to find a location where we can build it. So remember last time we terraformed a aqua planet that was Kimono, the one with the clone army. That was one suggestion. It was the Avatar homeworld. Is that also a bit of watery? What other water worlds could we come up with from literature? Oh yeah, we're just full of everything. We're just gonna check this out. So we want to make a giant big mega build of that, and that's gonna be taking a lot of oil. And I know that one of the first things that a lot of people will be asking, and this doesn't matter how I choose to do things, and it's fine because there are always multiple ways, and it's good to ask why are you doing one way and not the other way. Yeah, okay, I get the Okay, let's kill all of this one. Good, this is now gone. Hey, look at that. I just think there's something gratifying about it. So you can get the red science two different ways. Okay, this one is, oh, hydrogen, go away. And that one go away, and this one just get in here. I don't know. Probably not, I don't care. We don't care, we don't want that stuff anymore. And don't ever want any crafting materials in inventory at all. There. Okay, so there are different ways of working, of getting the red science. Let's just have a look at the red science cubes here. They need 2 graphite and 2 hydrogen. This is important because it's 2 for every 1 cube. That means I actually need 60 graphite and 60 hydrogen to make it. And I can make the graphite. Let's have a look. Can I click here? Yep. I can make this in 2 different ways. That's actually not exactly how I wanted to display this, but okay. I can either make it from the coal, but the thing is, coal is a resource that runs out, or I can make it from, and if I just hover here, then you can also see that the second one from the bottom is the refined oil into refined oil X-ray cracking. That's the one we're going to use, because last time we built a setup, and also since we're going to get, go back. Just make sure that you explain it properly. We're going to use the oil refining setup because we want the oil refining setup. Because it's just interesting, and if I set something up for coal, then I'm going to need like lots and lots of millions, and it'll still eventually run out. This one will never run out. The only thing that's a problem is that it just generates a tiny bit, well, a bit too much hydrogen. So we need to make sure we can take care of the hydrogen. And that I also wanted to show you while we are here. At the point we needed more deuterium, and we don't do that anymore. So look at this, we have 10,000 here, and we have all of these full of deuterium, and we're just still requesting more hydrogen. We're requesting it currently, also allowing it to come in from orbital collectors, but that I'm unchecking this little box, so now it will not take in from orbital collectors, because you know, I think I should have enough everywhere, and if I don't, then I can probably survive without this deuterium just now. Cool. So this one is a requesting. Oh, it's only local storage, local demand. Yeah. Okay, so this one probably, hopefully, maybe runs out, but it's probably more, maybe also isn't. Let's run over to another planet. So we are going to go to Kappa Hydri. This is the location we built last time. Oh dear, can I remember where it is? There it is. Hey, easy peasy. Let me just get out of the range so we can hyper jump. Right, I will see you at Kappa Hydri. We are now coming up on the carbohydrate system, so let's head to carbohydrate 2, I believe. I really should probably have like a spreadsheet of listing what I have where. I think that might be a good idea. Carbohydrate, it's that one, right? Yep, that's the one. That's not it. Nope, that's not it. That's something we prepared in advance, so don't mind that one. We have prepared this in advance, so it would be easier for us. Let's find the carbohydrate one, the one with water on it. There, that's the one. We're just gonna jump here. Make a micro jump. If I can see it. Oh, there it is. Boom. Alright, so I wanted to show this one. This is where we started off, or ended last time, with really terraforming this planet, and it looks good. It looks good. We are just gonna go in here. You can also see our upgrades mean that we are really not consuming very much of this. So this planet will give us currently about 150 oil per second, so we have more than enough to basically power the entire base forever and ever and ever. I can't imagine we'd need this much oil. The only thing you really need oil for is plastic, that you can't get anything anywhere else, and plastic isn't even necessary anywhere. Alright, so that was just, I wanted to do that pit stop, so catching you up on where we are, what we're doing, and why. And then we're going to jump back to this one. The one that I was looking at, and it's just, so this was supposed to be a pristine planet, but obviously it is not a pristine planet, because I wanted to do some prep work in advance. Oh, there you are. Come on, can I hit it? Yes, I can. Let's go to the North Pole. There we are. So let's look at this planet. Oops, and land in there. Yeah, so it's not really ready. It's almost ready. It's, some things are getting done, but not quite. There, we'll build some of this. Here, too close to other, yeah, there. So this is our temple, our polar temple. This is going to be something we always have. I did build some of this, but yeah. So anyway, what are we looking at? We are looking at this one. So I wanted to check at the planet and show you how it is. So this actually has a bit of fire ice. It might be nice to get at some point, but we kind of have enough of it. The interesting thing about this is there's a lot of iron. And there's a very nice amount of silicon. It doesn't have any water, so we can just build it. This will be an industrial planet. It'll definitely be shipping out silicon ore at some point, but it's actually one of the few planets that has a decent amount of everything. Not coal, but don't care. But actually the fact that it has some iron and copper and titanium as well is pretty nice, so we might use that for something. So that's why I'm building a hub, because I want this to industrialize as we move forward. I'm going to start by making some of it ready. What we are going to do is we are going to set up here. I'm just looking that one. Yes, we're just looking. Okay, so we are going to make some here. We're going to get a lot of refinery, so let's also make sure that we request that, and I will just put some power poles around the planet so we can get started on the actual design of our gigantic oil refinery. So now everything is up and running, it's spinning and ready. We have all the supplies coming in here. We have there's still a few more coming in here with more concrete, because I just kind of got carried away on the concreting. I was just thinking, this is a great band to build, and then I accidentally built all the way around because I didn't really know how to stop, and it's like, all right, then let's take one quadrant. Then, oh, that's definitely not enough, so let's take one more quadrant. So anyway, we have it now hit all the way around. Oops. But what we're going to do is we're going to start making some designs. So let's go down here. We've marked the meridians here like this. One of the things that I've heard some questions about is also on Reddit, like complaints about the whole foundation and the soil pile mechanic. I absolutely love it. At first I was a bit weird, and on the first planet, because it's such a watery planet, there's not a good balance. But if you play like me and you get enough concrete, I got enough concrete to play 2.5 planets. I think that's just in stockpile, plus the constant production on different planets. So I have enough concrete, and then you just pave things. You don't have to pave it with like actual concrete, colored concrete, but just pave it. This planet, for example, is not going to give much. It's very flat, but you can find some planets, like sometimes some ice planets, they have massive mountains. Just pave those over and you get 1 million for each mountain you take away. So it's easy to get, and I really don't think there's a reason to complain about it. But I mean, people will like to complain, and I'll complain about people complaining, so it's all just one big cycle. Right, we're gonna start with something, as usual. We're gonna have a lot of these. Look, I have 200 put in, so we should be we should have a pretty fair place to start here. And what are we gonna do? We are going to build something. Let's start by saying this one is gonna get get the things in and out. I will get plasma refining. That's the only way you can get oil into something more useful. So we're gonna bring oil in here, and this one is a very slow one. It's 2 in, 2 out, 2 plus 1 out, and it's on a 4-second cycle. So it is basically 1 every 2 seconds. So if I want 60 refined oil, then I need 120 of these power plants. That's a lot. So that's probably 4 rows of 30. Yes. So if I want 4 rows of 30, then what I'm just always seeing is that's probably going to be a good idea to do it like that. Build one of these in the middle. And then we're going to get some inputs and outputs along the sides. I'm going to get an input on this side. And I'm going to input on this side. And then I'm going to make sure of something because I have seen some issues. Yes, look at that. Even though it is not near the belt, then it still can't be placed right there. That is aggravating would be the word I'm looking for, I think, because that was not something I saw coming. And when I tested it, it meant that I had to redo the whole damn thing because it was built too close. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. This one will be, oh, we need to park here. This one will get oil, and it's gonna get refined oil out. That's oil out and refined oil back again. So let's do this one. This seems like a good opportunity. And we're gonna go back to our refinement process here. I think that I'll build it sort of here. Yeah, that's probably good. All right, and this one will be the plasma refining. And what is it? It has 2 products outbound. Yeah, let's say this one will be hydrogen going that way, and then I'll have the refined oil going this way, and then I'll have another one on the outside here, and this one will also need some oil, so let's get some oil for this one. And that's not correct. Right, like this. And then I need to build it similarly on the side, and apparently I want to have the hydrogen on the inside. Alright, so that's what we do. And then I take the other side, will be the refined oil out again. And this here. I'm just looking at the locations. All of this looks good, and we're going to power it with this one. Also looks good, and I'm going to get some oil. Alright, so that seems to me to be a solid design. Now, how far do we want to bring it in? I have no clue, but it's going to be a lot. And let's also just make sure that we get this one. So I'm going to get oil from the outside. It has to reach into the middle. And this one also, oil in the middle. And then it has to be... This is the refined oil. This is the hydrogen. This is the hydrogen. And this is the refined oil. Looks right, I think. Inbound, inbound, and hydrogen on the in one. Here. Just have to be really careful, because if I build it and copy paste it all the way down and it's wrong, then we just have to redo it. All right. That does seem to be working. So what I want to do now is, first of all, I need to build that far in, and then I'm going to be stamping down 120 of those. Do we think we have enough inserters? I think we do have enough inserters. Barely, but probably enough. There's 3 for each, and I need 120, so 360. Yeah, okay, I have twice as many as I need. Great. And then on the other side, we'll just basically just put it into some storage. All right, I've noticed that, well, I tried doing some time-lapse builds, and people seem to like it with a bit of music on, so let me just rush through this, and I'll see you on the other side. Alright, so we're ready to hook this up again, and let's see if that works. So that's a pretty sizable build, but with the copy inserter mod, it is really not a big deal to do it. So we're gonna get some of these in, some of these in. We're gonna start by requesting some warpers, and that's gonna be local demand and no supply. There we go. That should bring in 100, and once we have that, so one of the things that I'm not going to do, I'm not going to build a buffer for the light oil or the refined oil at this point, because I know that this is producing fast enough, so I want it to have a constant production, but nothing else. One of the things that you may have noticed is that this is going to be there, and that one will be a global demand. There we go. Boom. Alright, so one of the things you may have noticed that when I was copy pasting it is not super simple, because up here these are as close together as they can, but down here there are some opportunities where they can actually be built closer. Like they could still be built like that, so getting the copy paste sequence like this is a bit more tricky there. And I'm just gonna go switch back this God mode third person. It's really helpful, the God mode, when building massive builds. We're gonna stand here and wait for these to come in. It shouldn't be very far away because it's in the same system, so no warp speed necessary. Oh, look at that. It's just like, looks like there's an intergalactic war going on. Anchor is our Dyson Sphere. Kappa Sagittarius is our home. Iota Corvi is a good question. I think that's where we are making... Oh, we are just providing a lot of materials from there. I think it's actually iron we're providing from there. Alright, and we should see some things inbound here. Wonder if these oils are actually not coming in from Kappa Hydri 1. Oh, there they are. Alright, so here we go. That is getting all the way in. We're just going to run down the line here just to confirm that things are working indeed. Looking good, looking good. We're getting hydrogen. We're getting oil on this belt. Well, not really, but we should be. There we go. And we're getting, this is hydrogen coming on these two belts in cardboard boxes. Yeah, hard to keep the hydrogen constrained there. And I ran out of those. But we also ran out for some reason of actually requesting them, so let's build more of these. Yeah, I'm gonna build a giant stockpile here, and you can definitely say that it's a bad idea to build a stockpile, because if you build a stockpile and expect to use it, that's because you don't have control of your supply and demand. I'm just still gonna do this then, but I do expect that we will be consuming them. And that's actually gonna be the first of the builds. So we're gonna go onwards to the next. What we have now is all of the refined oil. That doesn't really do anything for us. That's not really what we want. We want to make something better, something... I'll build it here. Alright, so let's see. This is going to be a bit more tricky though, because this is a much more complicated build. We're going to start by getting refined oil in, and then we're going to get some graphite out, and we probably have some hydrogen. I don't know. We'll see. If we look at this recipe, so this is going to be the big challenge. There are many different ways of doing it. Some are correct, some are not correct. First thing though, I'm going to have to check that if we have enough refineries available to do this, and enough all the other things. And where are my refineries? They have that one. Refineries, yes please, give me 100. That was 98. Give me all 100 of those. That's good. Do you have belts? How many belts do we have? I think we have enough belts. Enough there. Yeah, for now at least. Alright, so let's look at this one. This is super complicated, but it's definitely doable. Well, we start with the recipe. I'm just thinking my way through this. We start with the recipe here. And which one are we looking at? We're looking at the second one from the bottom. That's the one we're going to use, or that's the one we are using. So I need hydrogen in and hydrogen out. If I put things on one belt and split it, then I will actually have outputs being 1 per second. That means a total of 30 is our maximum. It's still going to be a total of 30 is our maximum. What if... I don't want to do direct insertion because it's going to be fragile. I want something that is robust in the greatest possible extent. So what if I take the 3 outputs and prioritize them to become the 2 inputs? So I basically take... let's see. This one will be... Yeah. we'll get the refined oil. Yeah, let's get the refined oil like this. All right, and that will also be the hydrogen coming in here. So this takes hydrogen in here. No, this is the hydrogen outbound. Okay. Whew. I just have to be careful what I'm actually doing. Okay, so I'm gonna take my refined oil, then I'm gonna output the light oil. That doesn't seem like a good something that makes sense, does it? No. I want this to be an inbound. I want the inside to be inbounds. That makes the only thing that makes sense. Yeah. All right. So that one is coming from then we probably have hydrogen coming in from this side. Hydrogen coming in here, and hydrogen going out there. And then the other going out thing is coming up here. That's going to be the graphite thing, right? So this will get inbound with the two things I need inbound here. And I will output the hydrogen there. And I'll put the graphite here. So I will output 3 and I'll input 2. So that means at some point, let's pretend that it's a full cycle. I'll do this one. And prioritize it running back. But then take any excess that we have, because we will have some excess, going out here. And then going into, let's say, another one. The problem with this build is that I can't really make it as big as I'd like it to be. If I build it just press tab, then it removes all of those. That's a really nice extra feature. Yeah, so I need to build some power as well, and that means I'm gonna definitely get, yeah, I think we have to do something different, because this one I can only make 30 deep, so it's gonna be 2 lanes of 2 times 30. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna start by making this one in the middle, because that seems like the right thing to do. Let's build it here, then it does cover that one. So what we want is, we want something on the outbound side here, and let's take this one out, because I think I need to build 2 of these. Here, and here is not allowed. Okay. Something like this, if that works. And I'm gonna say this one is refined oil and graphite. So I'm starting by taking in the middle. Let's see if it works. Get the refined oil. Yes. And I will get the hydrogen coming from the other side. I think we'll build it this close. And I will then take my refinery. They'll be bumping up against this one. I think that's going to be as close as I really dare to take it. Yep. These will be extra refining. And I know that already there's comments like, oh, it's so much simpler with coal. Yes, it is. But you don't always make things simple, right? There's no reason to always make things simple. And when the coal runs out, then it's going to suck. And also, we have the oil now, so why not? This is the graphite. First the hydrogen out, and then the graphite out, and back again. And then let's make sure that we get the correct ones. So I am going to take in. That's the wrong way. Oof. In, and in. Yes. Hydrogen out, graphite out, and hydrogen out, graphite out. Yes. So that's going to be basically the build. This kind of sucks that this one isn't able to power these two. How is it not able to power this? Let's just not get that one then. Let's get it a bit closer so that it can actually do that. There we go. Now these are powered. And let me just do the other one as well. Just want to make sure that there is room for it. And this one will be refined and graphite. And hydrogen will be on the other end. And these go. Come on, autosave. Autosave is starting to take a bit longer as we have more and more worlds that we are working on here. That should be the outbound. And yeah. I hope this is correct. Because if it is, then we should be able to copy these. It's also going to be a bit more tricky. Let's see if it works. Filtered out, filtered out. Looks like it's working. Alright, so now we just need to build another 30 of these. And actually, remember, each of these are actually producing 1 graphite every 4 seconds. So even with 60 plus 60, that's 120. I'm only producing 30 per second. That's only half of what we need. But let's start building this, and then we'll take it from there, right? Or maybe I'll build both of them. I don't know. I think I'll build both. So let's give that a shot. And so we built this magnificent build. It took a while, but damn, it's impressive, right? So what I did was I decided to double it, and then I built the first one, and then I built the second one, and I decided, you know what, there's no reason to make you watch the same thing twice. So I just built the second one. We now have a crown all around the planet here, and doing just oil processing. Wow, that is a temple if I've ever seen one. So all the hydrogen get collected here into these boxes. I'll just sort of explain what it is. These ones are actually just supporting, just prioritizing to go back in, but that means nothing is going to work until we actually plug it in. So we're going to plug this one in here, and we have all the things ready because that would be a good idea to do. I'm going to do no remote supply of remote demand, but I'm going to do local supply, and this one also local. And it's not going to work though. Why is it not going to work? Well, because we don't have hydrogen inbound. We also need to make sure we have hydrogen inbound. So oops, waiting for autosave, and that one will go here, no supply. This one will be here and no supply. And also then what we need to do is actually request a bit of hydrogen into, let's see here, let's get that one. There we go, they're coming along. So let's get some hydrogen started here. Request some hydrogen, not a lot of hydrogen, just maybe 1000 there. And hydrogen, we should have some. And that will be, now that will just function as a seed in here. Just function as a seed in here. Did that actually, yeah. And also on this side. I will remove it after it just gets started. This is the ironic part, is that you need to get a bit of hydrogen to kickstart it. And now I'm wondering, why are you not working? Oh, right, they're not working because they have to go. This is the outbound belts. So the outbound belt has to go all the way down there and back again. And you might have noticed that the other one just started up because I had to test that one before I went on. This one, I think that's fine. So we are just going to do this. And that should be enough to get it started. And this one as well. There. No. There. This one's empty. I wonder, they're still coming some inbound, so we'll just wait for those to come inbound. Basically what happens, you can see that now it starts up again, because now we're getting the hydrogen going on this way to kickstart it, which doesn't get picked up, and then it goes all the way to the back and gets prioritized to go move back in here. You can see also the line of things that are operational gets closer and closer to us, and that means we can now take this one out and this one out, because I'll never have hydrogen in here again. We'll take these out again because that was just an initiation thing. There. Out. Don't. Oh yeah, I was about to say don't accidentally delete the wrong one. There you go. All right, what do we have now? We have a lot of this, a lot of energized graphite. We have a lot of more energized graphite, and so that's now 30 per second. And over on the side, let's see what we have here. We should be getting some hydrogen in here. We're gonna get such a stupid amount of hydrogen in, but it is being provided from these two locations, and we have a nice little buffer as well. These are working. Seems like they are working. Yeah, they got started by themselves as I initiated things here. So now we should be able to see, well, we are certainly requesting things from over here from our storage. That should be keeping up, but of course it's not going to keep up just immediately. But is there something on the top? Yeah, there is. Okay, so that's just a shadow. So this one is produced. Let's actually look at the production stats right now for this planet. So energized graphite is getting up and running. Refined oil really should be more. Why do we not have more refined oil? So should we just take a look at the other end just to see why things are not working as they should? I mean, everything is spinning, right? Everything is spinning. Yep, that's the hydrogen, which is completely irrelevant. And this one is the oil. So we do have enough oil. Why do we not have anything? Why is this one not working? Oh, it is working. Okay, they're all spinning. They're all spinning. That's good. And let me just look at the stats again. If I want to look at a 1 minute. All right, this should be 3,600. Okay, so refined oil is perfect. Hydrogen is a lot. This energized graphite is hopefully getting close to the 3,600 that I need. That's 60 per second. It doesn't actually look to be completely there yet, but maybe there's something once or another that isn't working. Let me just see if there's something here that maybe I did a copy-paste error. It is likely. There's something here, like, why are you not working? There's something. There we go. Yeah, we changed these because they were not looking correct. Okay, so okay, so that actually the reason why it was going down was actually it started up being close to okay, but then it went down there. Cool. Once we have these belts empty again, or not empty, but non-stacked, then I should be able to see the whole thing kick into action again. We can see that it starts here again. Let's get that one. All right, everything is working. Let's go back to the production graph and see if that's actually getting worse. Why is it getting worse? Oh man, I need this to be running constantly at the right pace. Maybe it's on the other side. Yeah, these are not working. Why are they not working? Oh, right, it's simply stockpiling. Right. This one is... Nope. What's the problem? Oh, light oil. Yeah. Okay, so light oil can't keep up. That's because... Okay, so why can't the light oil keep up? It's starting out here, and it should be, if you look at the production graph, it's actually producing exactly what we need, but it just hasn't spread out enough. So it's being requested at these four locations, like these two and these two. Not surprising, the one that's furthest away is either getting the least or not getting anything at all. If we look at the other ones, This is getting something, and it's almost full. I guarantee you. Well, I don't want to guarantee, but I think these two are going to be full. They're not even close to full. Oops. This one's full. Local demand. Local demand. This one's not full. All right. So I think that it's just a matter of time, but then it'll stabilize. It'll certainly stabilize once we have all these full. Cool. All right, I am going to call this happy, and then what I want to do from here is actually fly over to our science facility and then request that to get in here. And once we get the red science in, then it should be really nice to see that up and running. We've completed our MEGABASE build of science. So let's say goodbye to this one and fly off. Oh, beautiful planet. Beautiful, beautiful planet. And do we remember it is Gidi Prime that we have to go to? Gidi Prime, there you are. Go, 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 go. Get out, get away from the planet here. Yeah, it won't let me. There, now we can warp. Alright, let's warp to Gidi Prime, and I will see you guys there for the science hookup. And we're now on our final step of our journey back to our science facility on Gidi Prime. And then while we're just exiting hyperspace, let me just use this moment to thank the patrons who are supporting the channel. Thank you very much. It is really awesome, and it is really what keeps me going on this one. And I really appreciate all the support that... Oh, there we go. All the support that you have given me over the years. And if anyone want to support the channel and the work I do here, well, Patreon is the way I want to do, is the best way to do it. The thing is also, like, when we get a new... When it's going to be possible to name planets and systems, then I'm going to, of course, name them after new patrons. So here we have our giant facility. Our giant science facility. I've built these between sessions so that we just have the towers, even though there's nothing going on here. And we don't have a single thing going in here, so this is where we now have to do the very first thing. We're simply going to request just 10,000 of each of these. They will come in here, and they will be consumed at a rate of 60 per second. That's a lot. And that will output 30 red science per second. We hope. There, and there. I actually don't want to take it from orbital collectors. That would be so silly to send to orbital collectors. 3 of those went out. Maybe that went out to orbital collectors. Alright, so while we're waiting for the inbounds here, let's have a look at the science facility, because there have been a number of comments that I have to address in the comment section, and it just doesn't really work that way. I'm a bit disappointed that I had to do that, but okay, so the first thing is, some people think that this is not working, because if we have this one that comes out at 30 per second, then it splits down to 15 and 15, and the 15 goes here to 7.5 and 7.5. That is correct. Initially. That is what happens very much initially as it comes in. However, that's not how it continues, because the 15 that goes in here can only be consumed at a rate of 10 per second. So the 10 per second that gets consumed is not really... then that means the remaining 5 that get sent to here this way get stopped at this point, and they will then be redirected as soon as this build is full. And that means it's now 10 going in here and 20 moving forward, splits into 10 plus 10. So that means when it saturates, and that takes, well, a couple of minutes. Oh, we are getting some reds inbound. That is lovely. And when it saturates, you will actually, let's actually see this with the red one so you can kind of see it. So right now, the red one isn't really fully up and running. It will be. But right now it splits 50-50, but as soon as it starts... Oh, there's a green one coming in as well. That's very fortuitous. So actually the green one is maybe equally likely. So here you see 15 going in here and 15 going in, so that's 7.5 and 7.5. So obviously these won't be able to reach all the way towards the end, but in this case they will reach easily towards the end. Of course it's going to take some time because all these gigantic towers need to be filled up. But as these fill up, you can also see this one will almost certainly fill up first. The red one here will fill up because it gets a larger percentage initially, but once it goes in here, more will be directed that way. Right now though, we are not going to keep up because we just got a little burst of 1000 green science, and that's gone already. Let's have a look at our red science production. So I thought that was really important to note, because I can see that people are sort of missing on that fact. There's another fact that is, and it's a fact, that other people seem to get confused about. I think that maybe the developers should take that as a feedback, is on the whole the whole hashes and production thing, it's super not intuitive. It takes a while to calculate and just get through it. So we'll just actually let's get some science operational. We'll take this one and start that one. It's the best one. Just keep doing Vansa utilization if in doubt. That's always the best. No, it's not always the best, but it's really the best in the long run. It continues to be good. So each one of these is producing hashes, and this is producing 300 hashes per second, and one white cube is 900 hashes. Where does it say it's 900 hashes? That's just something you have to deduce from looking at this and going, okay, if you need 21.6 million hashes that divided by 24, then that means there are 900 each. So each white cube is 900, and that means I consume one of these white cubes every 3 seconds, which is what you see here. So no bonus materials, no accidentally slower, no nothing. It will consume 30 hashes per second, and then we just multiply it up so that we have, if I have 30, oh, that phone, it's like a phone ringing in the background, that twinkling thing here. I can't listen to a phone ringing. All right, so when this one comes in, it comes in at, when it's fully operational, at 30 per second. 30 per second is 30 times 900, because it's each of those items, each of the white cubes is 900. So that's going to be 27,000 in total. So you need to make enough of these at speed 300 in order to consume 27,000 hashes per second, or process the hashes per second. And that's a total of 96 times 15. And that's how it works. No more, no less, no magic about it, no inverse scalability, no, none of that. That's just the way it works. Tested it thoroughly. We'll also be able to see it here once it's all up and running. So I just wanted to clear that out, because there seem to be some myths perpetuating about this one giving productivity or slowing things down or all of that stuff. It's but it works, and it works exactly as you want it. This works almost exactly as I want it. We want to actually work on the yellow one next time, and then we'll work on the green one. So I really like this idea that now we've set up in a MEGABASE build where we are just getting all of these, getting really big builds for one of these items, and then once we're done with that, I don't know, maybe we'll end the series, maybe something new has come up for the game, I don't know, we're gonna take a look, but at least it's time for us to wrap up this episode. So thank you very much everyone for watching. I love that there's still an interest in this Let's Play as we are progressing, and if you have something specific you'd like to see in the upcoming episodes, by all means let me know. If there's something you think would be super interesting for us to build, if you're going to suggest making the largest sphere ever possible, then the answer is going to be no, because the save games explode and I don't want a 4 GB save game. So no thanks on that one. But we're going to continue on the yellow science and looking at organic crystals in the next episode. So be sure to subscribe to keep up with the series, and yeah, like it if you like it. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care, and as always, stay effective.